This story starts off with a pathologist. Well, I don't think he was a pathologist at the time, but studying to be one. His team won. The Hanshin Tigers, I believe it was called. This was in Osaka, Japan. And to celebrate, he tore down a statue of the great Colonel Sanders at the local KFC and dumped it in the river.
Like you do.
Like you do. I thought I'm kind of second guessing myself because I at first I was like, his team won? And I was like, oh, maybe. And then I checked again just a second ago. I was like, his team won. But I'm second guessing myself again. Why would you do that if your team wins? I don't know, but he did. So he did that, and it's not like super shocking. There have been sorts of vandalism around the world. However, for the next almost 40 some odd years, the poor Hanshin Tigers had been cursed. They called it the KFC curse, or the Colonel Sanders curse, because after the statue was broken, vandalized, taken to the river, and dropped in, they didn't win a game.
Oh,
yeah. Well, they didn't win a series, I guess. I'm sure they've won a couple of games, but they were really hard up on the series, right? So people, after a while, were like, maybe we need to find the statue and get it back to its original position to break the curse.
Right. Okay.
Very logical.
Logically.
Yeah, very logically. So over many years, divers had been in and out of the water looking for this statue, trying to get it back to its place on whatever it was torn down from. And they just were unsuccessful. In 2009, however, people who were going along the river noticed what they thought might have been a dead body. And they're like, why is there a dead body in the river? So they called up some, probably, I'm guessing, police, but divers in the end. And they went down there, and there was good old Colonel Sanders, glassless, without a left hand, but overall intact. So he was resurrected, brought back up, replaced, but it took, according to the article, another 20-something years for the Hanshin Tigers to forgive and finally win their first game.
To be forgiven by...
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Exactly. to be forgiven by Colonel Sanders and KFC and win their first game. Yeah. So.
I have a question. How many years did the statue spend in the river?
So I tried to do the math. I'm not good at this, but it was rescued in 2009, and it had been, I think, 24 years since it was missing. So 24 minus 2009.
What did this statue look like after 25 years in a river?
25 maybe, yeah.
Did people really want to replace that?
Well, it was washed and restored and replaced. Yeah. So they replaced the left hand, they replaced his glasses and everything. So they tried to do as best as they could. They didn't put it with the seaweed, or I guess not seaweed, but algae all over it.
Looking like Davy Jones.
Yeah, like Davy Jones with the chicken spot on its palm. But yeah, they restored it.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I believe the statue was taken down recently because they were just like, we're done with having statues of Colonel Sanders. Again, another question is, why was there a statue in the first place? But yeah.
Do you have Colonel Sanders statues in America?
I have never seen a Colonel Sanders statue. I've played a Colonel Sanders dating sim. Anyways, wow, that took a turn. Let's turn right back. I mean, this is weird to say, but you realize that KFC is extremely popular in China, Japan, and even Korea in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Do you think KFC is really that important of a symbol of culinary culture?
I don't know about culinary culture. I think nobody's claiming this to be like high American cuisine, but I think it's a symbol of American culture, of America. Like the big fast food chains do feel very symbolic of America to me, as a non-American who interacts with these things. Yeah. So yeah.
Have you ever seen a British fast food brand go international?
No. Gosh, do we haven't? What is a British fast food brand? Is Nando's British?
I don't know.
It's definitely fast food, almost. It's not quite in the same, mostly takeout
But you don't know if it's British.
Is it British?
I've only ever heard British people talk about it.
Oh, maybe it is. But it's Mexican food. So, or it's not even real Mexican food. It's based on.
Yeah. Loosely based on the story of Mexico.
Like a lot of successful British food, it is not based on traditional British recipes.
Oh, man.
So no, our fast food is not popular.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of any other fast food brands I've gone that as international as like McDonald's or something. Now, or why do you think fast food restaurants use like these mascots like Colonel Sanders or what is his name, Ronald McDonald? Do you think they actually help the companies?
Definitely. I think it's the visual language, it's branding. You know, the mascot becomes the logo. If you can't remember the name, you definitely remember the image. Colonel Sanders is an odd one, and I think even KFC are kind of phasing him out a bit, aren't they? They don't use him as much anymore because I guess it's got to be something that is not only memorable but also appealing, especially to younger people, which is the marketplace. So this old guy in the current climate with grey hair is not the most appealing, I think. So they're shifting over to something else.
Poor Sandy.
But then even McDonald's has shifted away from Ronald very much.
Well, because everyone hates clowns now, so it's a big one.
Thank you, Stephen King, for destroying the clowns.
Wendy's is another American brand, has kept Wendy, the redheaded girl.
I've never been to a Wendy's.
No, it's not an international brand. Burger King who's Burger King?
When I was young, they used to have like a talking burger, didn't they?
But it didn't catch it.
But it wasn't popular, so they got rid of it. The crown is.
They
used
it's
the symbol
the king.
of the crown.
Burger King. So they had like the crown, and then there was a king for a while, and that was it. Got it. Thanks for reminding me. Anyways, well, just like Burger King, we're gonna have it our way by going down to that vocabulary section and getting them for your everyday English. They're pretty good actually today. Most of them. There's a couple there that I'm like, nah, you cannot learn those. Effigy, you're not going to need it.
But you got to learn corpulent.
But you have to use corpulent, yeah. I want you to, if you ever see us, use that word. Just that word. Walk up to us, corpulent, and walk away. All right, well, we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Pathologist.
Pathologist.
Venerated.
Venerated.
Culinary.
Culinary.
Defile.
Defile.
Effigy.
Effigy.